Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with a growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcasting, the home for indie podcasts and content creators.
I pray that my love for you is bigger than what my parents have.
So you must be my daughter's new friend?
Candy, let me ask you a question.
Oh, so this him? This the man that comforts you more than me?
Mama, all men ain't like daddy.
That's not fair!
The content you're about to hear is a part of a paid programming segment. The views, opinions, and statements expressed belong solely to the sponsor and do not reflect those of Podcastic or its host. This segment is for informational and promotional purposes only and should not be considered as advice or endorsement. Listener discretion is advised.
Rise and grind, wanna show at 9:15 a.m. Monday through Friday, great conversation, guest appearances, 'cause you experience us on the cusp of blowing up. Boom. Wake up, wake up. Rise and grind morning show.
Yep, you already know what time it is. Welcome to the Rise and Grind Morning Show. We do this every Monday through Friday, 9:15, 11:15, or whenever we want to end, because it's our shit. We have no limitations. Just be patient with us, rock with us. That's what we're doing. I do have a gas station chronicle, but before I even tell my gas station chronicle, I would like to let y'all know, anybody who want to donate to Miles Dixon, there's a book out here called Herbs or something. Anyway, y'all find it on TikTok. I must put the link in my comment if anybody want to buy it from me. Buy it for me for my birthday, my Earth Day, the worst day, the first day. Just get it from me, and yeah, that'd be cool. I really appreciate y'all. I'm just joking, but I'm gonna put the link in there anyway. I can buy it my damn self, but that little finger is tricky, ain't it? Ain't it, D? Move the chair. Just move the chair.
No, just say it. Just say it to me.
Just say it. She don't like to talk. Shani something different when Shani told me she talking with her eyes. I said, so what happened when you blink? Does that mean you stuttering?
Yes.
Okay.
That means help.
Okay. And,
I'm like, what? I'm trying to follow.
And anybody heard of Detroit Pistons Bad Boys? We got one of the Detroit Bad Girls and one of the only Lake Butlers with them.
This is the longest intro ever. I wasn't even in the room, and I had to hear it from all the way across the hallway. I'm happy I made it on time to stop it. Hey, everybody, what's going on? This your girl, Lake B. I am here with that guy and these two amazing women today. Happy Tuesday.
Hey, Lake, I like your shirt.
Yes, it took forever to get it.
At least you wore it.
This shirt is about 2 years old, and it's my first time wearing it.
That's so good.
It's been in his trunk forever. It was my Christmas, birthday, New Year's Eve gift.
Time too.
Finally, by Mother's Day, he actually made it happen.
That's what's up. That's nice.
No, it's not nice. It's really not nice. It's going to take you forever to get it. Just keep asking. Come back every week.
Went down. Come back every week.
Maybe, just maybe.
You know what?
I don't know what, who, when, or
I
how.
do shit just to piss you off. I got one right there for you, okay?
I don't give a damn. I hope it's too big for her.
See, that's
I hope
right.
it's my size.
That's okay. That's not how you treat the new guests.
That's exactly how you treat them. Because you're home and your family. You know, we got to bring you right in.
Yeah.
We have to bring you right in.
Yeah, that started off strong up in here. It's like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah, I know that's right. Like, I hope you know.
Why you keep saying my name?
I like saying your name, baby.
Don't do that. Not in public, please.
I call you tonight, all right? Listen, so my gas station chronicle, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny and weird because I go to Finkel in Livernois all the time. You know, I went to try to get my coffee this morning, and Lake was kind of right.
To stop going into hood gas stations to get coffee?
Today
When you got a coffee maker? Who does that?
The first time today was the first day today was the first day I seen mouse poop.
What?
Yeah, I seen it.
I told you a month ago there's mouse poop in there.
But you didn't believe,
But you didn't believe me.
Inside the gas station?
Yeah, inside.
That's where he's getting his coffee, inside the gas station.
Right.
Don't know when it was changed.
Even though they specialize in gas, he's getting coffee there. That's some weird shit to me. I don't know. But
I know a lot of people that do that, though, like just on the normal. So many truck drivers, that's just like they stop. I think it's a man thing.
Well, I think truck drivers stop at rest stops that specialize in resting, and then they clean their stuff and things. They just not on Finko. Like you ain't seeing no 18-wheeler on Finko.
That just so happened to be his environment. But I just seen him on 8 Mile for sure in a regular gas station. I'm telling you, it's a man thing. We don't care.
We do care. The thing is for sure, you get to see some crazy shit at the gas station.
And what did you see
today? I seen you pulling off at my gas station.
You ain't see me pulling off from your gas station.
Okay, I'm sorry. No.
Not on Finkel.
No, I was downtown.
Today I just seen the kid saying, I want to know that before I buy this candy, I want to know, he just opened up in front of the attendant and just bit in it. And he was like, it's not right. He put it back. I was like.
How old was he?
He like, maybe like 14, 15.
Where was his mom at?
I don't know.
You should have known.
No, wow, I don't know that heifer. Listen, so the funny thing was, he was right though. Gas stations sell you a lot of old ass candy. That gotta be Darnetha, I know it.
You see me hit my group.
It did me. Every time though, like I'm so tired of this every time. Like
yeah, but that's okay. You'll get it right.
That's why I'm a drop-in guest. Like I drop in, I come with a little sound, some disorder. It's never gonna be perfect.
That's okay, Tia. Listen,
he's getting me back.
I'm getting her back. She be calling Brittany Tia so much.
I swear on everything. I don't know why.
Anyway, y'all, today we have a beautiful show. We got Nicole and Darnetha with us. They're from a company called Legal Shield.
That's right.
They're going to tell you all about it, but they're going to join in with the shenanigans at the beginning. We going to hop right into it. Let's go into the topic of the day. Topic of the day is, oh Lord, this Lake best one. Ooh, me and Lake gonna agree. Does free will actually cost us everything?
You say we going to agree?
We going to agree.
Why? Because neither one of us are Christians. She wouldn't. I'm like, did she mean to send this to Brittany?
First of all, I am a breathing heathen. So let's get this party started.
Please do, because we do got a Christian on the line right here, y'all.
Really?
I was about to say, caller.
Perspective.
How are you?
What her? Your mama on the line or something? You ain't one, are you?
Hey,
what
all
are you
Christians
talking about?
sin.
No, not me.
I'm going to see sinners today just because I sin.
I know that.
Please just keep going. I ask everybody to just keep going, spending your money. I love black cinema, so
yes,
I think we should pour.
Shout out to Ryan Coogler. The movie has reached over $272 million. So that boy getting paid already again.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
Yeah, very impressive.
Mixed reviews. Mixed reviews
But-
I've heard
and
about.
get-
I have not seen it yet.
I can't wait.
And the only mixed reviews you're getting from is us. We the only one. Man, this devil worshiping. Nigga, it's a vampire movie. You'll sit there and watch Atlanta Housewives. Now that's
That's a crime.
Right.
No, that's exactly
The real witchcraft.
right. That's the real witchcraft. That's the first attack on black families legally done. Anyway, I'm just very seriously.
So, topic
of the day. You know what, lady? That's why nobody like you.
I'm starting to understand why.
But I love you to death.
You can love me. You don't have to like me. Does free will actually cost us everything?
Yeah. Answer the question. Shit.
Everything costs everything. You know, I am a true believer in consequences in all ways. You know, I'm not necessarily a devout Christian where I go to church every Sunday, you know what I mean? But I know the Bible, I know the Lord, I know a higher power, you know, and I know first do no harm, right. You know, and I don't know what religious background you can believe in and not believe that first do no harm. Yeah. You know, regardless if you're able to, doesn't mean that you should, you know. Right. So I think at the end of the day, everybody can agree on that, regardless of where you come from. Even people who are atheists aren't usually, they're not believers in bad or devil worshiping. You know what I mean? They believe in being good people. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, we're coming in an age right now where people feel like they can do and there are no consequences. Yeah. And that is the scariest thing.
That be that bullshit.
I mean, it is the BS. Like, me and my brother got into a conversation on Sunday about the young lady, and this is allegedly a young lady shot 3 dudes at a... I told you don't be talking when I'm talking. Okay, I think everybody think it's 3. But allegedly she shot 3 men at the Foot Locker on 8 Mile. My brother's like, well, they were jumping on her boyfriend and her life was on the line. And I'm like, wait a minute, they were jumping on her boyfriend. That doesn't put her life on the line. And even as a person who has a CCW, they don't say you can shoot somebody because y'all fighting or somebody next to you is getting beat up on. Right. That is not the rules. Right. Because just because you have a gun doesn't mean you have a right to use it. Right. And I'm like, they're going to throw the book at her. And he's like, no, they're not. She'll get off. No, she allegedly. I don't believe so.
I believe she don't get off because she turned herself in, right? And when a person turns themselves in, they got a good case because a female will run. Because a female go to any state, anywhere, get a job real quick, don't need too much of anything, and live her life separately, right?
Not in this age.
Well, I can't agree with you, Blake, on that one. However, with this one, I know some certain inside stuff too. It wasn't just she shot at them because they were jumping on her boyfriend. They shot because other people had guns too. You feel me? So it was a little bit of gunplay going back and forth. We'll see soon though. The record's gonna show today. The whole thing coming out today. An affidavit which she signed because she turned herself in.
Right. So basically, we need to know the whole story before. You know, to make an opinion.
And I'm happy you guys.
No, we don't. Her ass could have shot in the air. What's wrong with shooting in the air and that causes caution?
No, they had guns too. The guys who got shot had guns.
They can have
allegedly.
Guns, but
allegedly.
there's a reason that a lot of things in the world you shoot in the air and it causes panic to run, to break away, to that sense of urgency to move. Now,
but you still don't know the circumstances, though.
You look at
shoot in the air, but if you have another gun pointed at you, you shoot in the air or shoot at the first
person to shoot in the air. Usually, when you hear the shot,
light skin coming through. Come on.
When you hear, all I'm talking about is options, though. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm just talking about real life options of sometimes you and you will be crazy to not act like you have never been a mother bear to protect whomever you love, right? So the story can say boyfriend, but what if it was son? do that change the circumstances? So exactly,
because my son,
does.
because my family gonna put money on my books if I protected my son. If I protected my boyfriend who's been cheating on me, they probably won't even come visit.
Exactly. So
I better have legal shit.
Right. And that's why we're here today. So that's why I feel like even within bad decision making, right? There's other options, you know.
And one of the things I know,
we go so quick to attack, though.
Right.
Like,
I know they're saying that the other people had weapons or whatever.
Yeah.
So she must have been a bad shooter. Pop, pop, pop. Because like, if three of them, how all three of them get shot? she went for the one that had the gun first, and the other two didn't have none. I mean, because I'm like, not to make it light, because these are lives on the line. Lives was lost.
Absolutely.
Her life can possibly be lost because you're not going to get out of this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like even if it's a lighter sentence, she's going to have to pay something. Her life is going to be changed forever.
Yeah.
And we as black people need to understand we're not white. We can't go around doing things and don't think they're not going to figure out a way to put us under the prison, you know.
For sure.
And I get locked up for a day. I feel like it was over. It was locked. So eulogize me.
Absolutely.
I ain't gonna make it.
Absolutely.
Like that sound like mouth soup and a coffee. That's how.
Make sure you're on the right side of the law.
Forever.
Always.
her life changed forever from the decision that she made.
No, but my boy that's a police officer said, dog, she had to be she must be remarkably an incredible shoot.
She had to be a incredible shot.
Yeah, because he said, dog, well, first of all, I heard allegedly there was four. The one got shot ran off. He ran off. So he was.
Oh, she shouldn't even shot him.
No. When he shot him, when she shot him, he got the hell on. You know what I mean? So he wound up being reported at St. John's Hospital later that day. But the three that stayed because they couldn't move. They were the two of them that was dead there on site, and one survived on site, and the other one was reported there was four of them together. Foot Locker was unable to release the video, but the videos will 9 times be released anywhere in the next 72 hours.
And one of the
that's
sad part about the whole thing, when you go back to free will, just because you could whoop somebody's ass don't mean that you should. You know what I mean? Like people need to stop putting their hands on people and putting people in situations where they feel afraid. Right. You know, we need to teach our children better. Like this bully age of just putting people in a place where they feel on the defensive. Everybody is on the defensive. Right. Everybody got a knot in their stomach. You know,
constantly.
But I think bullying was worse back then than it is now. Cyberbullying may add the extra drops, but bullying back then. But I used to get my ass whooped.
Well, it all depends on how strong you are as a person. Like,
and then I was strong enough to take them punches. Goddamn it, don't play with me.
Right, but I'm saying like you were strong enough to take the punches, but you can't hit on these kids because they wasn't getting beat. They don't get beat on by their parents. You know what I'm saying? Words hurt.
Shit, right.
Right. What parents? You know, like we're in a very sensitive time right now.
We are.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree, and I think that you know, with people being on edge so much, that's really why it's time for people to smarten up, though.
Yeah.
And think differently.
And like I told my boy, he would say to me, I don't know why people do crimes, because you're not going to get away.
I have not seen just recently, I think I talked about this last week, but my homeboy was supposed to be on the run. He didn't make it. He like, you got a call from Saginaw Correctional Facility. I'm like, hello? Hey, baby, they got me. I'm like, damn, you were supposed to go to the bus station. Like, you knew you was on the green dot camera. They told him in virtual court, like, we have a warrant out for your arrest. He like, you won't be getting me today. They like, bullshit. And they got him. Like, run. If you gonna run, like, don't stop. When they say pass go.
You can tell your friend that, you know, with these legal shield services, we can really help him because he can have a right to an attorney at a very minimum wage.
In prison?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
you know what? I don't.
We're legal shield, not illegal shield, but you know. We'll get into that as well, but we do have services for all.
Well, the one thing I know about prisoners is that I'm not suggesting anything that takes monetary need to a prisoner, because then they start asking you to put stuff on their books or asking you to, can you take care of my legal I need my own legal shield. You know,
that might be $30 his mama, or whatever their fee is that his mom might want to invest in.
Well, I know I have my own son. And I may have to be mama bear one day, because we have to protect our black boys, because people aren't leaving them alone.
Yeah, that's why we're here today.
Yes. But you see what a police officer, the police officer killed a young man. And then his father ran his ass over the next day.
I don't even think it was the same officer, though.
No, it was the same officer.
Are you sure?
I'm not.
Or it was just a officer. he ran over whatever one. That was a bad lottery pool.
I heard about that.
I think he just ran over the first one he seen.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's trauma.
I mean,
now he may get off.
Yeah, for
temporary insanity.
Yeah. Could be.
That's trauma.
But he's black, man. He ain't getting off.
He ain't getting off.
Everybody like, no.
Everybody
you know what? Again, that's going back to the free will.
Right.
That's going back to free will.
Thank you for pulling us back together.
Nicole, we need people like you.
I'm happy she here.
You know, that is going back to free will does come at a cost.
Yeah.
You can't do what you want to do.
Right.
Especially bad.
Unless you have legal shield.
No, you still can't.
That's still illegal.
It still comes at a cost. But there's no. I think the difference is, because I'm looking around at the table. I mean, we're fairly, similar in.
Don't say age, because Miles old as hell. Okay.
But in a time,
me and Shani young. Nicole.
But at least,
at
least in a time period where we were taught, I'm assuming, at least some type of conflict resolution.
Absolutely.
But even in those bully situations where elementary school or high school, we just fought it out, a good fist fight, and then we were friends maybe the next week or the next day, and then you went on about your business. Everybody is so wound up right now, Nicole, constantly.
Your ass ain't had no fist fight.
No, actually I did.
Oh, really?
I had
Stop
not
playing
a lot.
With Nicole, she down river with it.
Not a lot, but what was that about?
I know that.
What was that about?
You from downriver?
Yeah, I'm from downriver.
Okay, hold on.
I'm from Inkster. We next door neighbors.
I really grew up a lot in my family's neighborhood. So I was between like Southwest Detroit, west side of Detroit,
Mexican town.
So yeah, I got it all. Like don't let the soft face fool you.
So,
but going back, it was just a different time. But everybody is so sensitive, so wound up. You couple that with no type of conflict resolution learned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it's just that's how people handle things now. And they think they have free will to do whatever they want to do. As soon as something goes wrong, they want to pull out something, pull out a gun. They want to pop you. They want to stab you.
But I'll tell you this, and I know that.
You see why Nicole's my mentor.
I know. You guys, I don't know if you guys are parents. Miles, I know you're a parent. In the case of the father, I don't know what that grief and pain would feel like. And last Sunday, a lot of people don't know that was bereaved Mother's Day, and nobody even paid attention and honor how many parents have to live on without their children. I don't know what state of mind I would have been in the next day, which makes it a little like, I wonder if it was even an act of free will, or if you even knew what your actions were, because that's the type of pain and grief that I wouldn't wish on anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just hope that even if he was willing to sacrifice himself for justice for his son, because I still think that we live in a time where officers get away with taking lives. And they exercise that free will, and then they don't get penalized for hurting our people or people, period. And that's a really that's part of the issues that we have here in society. Why people are wanting and willing to fight back. You know, because, you know, this young man, they, you know, everybody like he was running and this, that, and the other, but it's kind of like what you said. If he was running, how did he get shot?
Why did she shoot him?
Right. Like, I mean, you know, eventually he gonna get caught.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your legs get tired. Well, some niggas can run forever.
Seriously though.
Now when you got gout.
Well, you probably just turn yourself in. Gout man.
First of all, like this go for people who be victimized too. Like I had a friend of mine. He got shot 14 times. Right?
Wow. Was 50 Cent?
No. He got shot 9. But really, you couldn't wait on that one, Shani. Anyway, so what happened was, and then I said, dog, why don't you leave out of town? You know?
Yeah.
Nah, nigga, I know you know what I'm gonna do, nigga. You know what I'm never do, man. 2 months later, he got killed.
Mm-hmm.
And his brother was like, you coming to the funeral? Nah, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because if you would do what I told him, it wouldn't be no funeral. You know, because I'm not that type of person. Because I know if they're ignorant enough to kill him 2 months after they shot him, what's gonna happen at that funeral?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So something did happen at that funeral. It didn't jump off, but it jumped off. So I don't know if you remember, somebody got shot at a funeral like about a year ago, and that was his funeral. And all I said was, if somebody do something to me, you don't have to worry about me staying around. And if I'm gonna do something, it won't be right then and there. I ain't trying to come back. You would think, he ain't thinking about that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit up and act like nothing just happened.
Yeah, that's insanity.
Tell that nigga I'm looking for him. Nope, you don't have to worry about that with me, because my house be gone. I'll be somewhere in the Bahamas, somewhere chilling. You know what I mean? I'll take my
How? You ain't got no money?
You don't need no money in the Bahamas.
He just gotta get there. That money to get there. He gonna just take a $400 cruise and never get back on the boat.
Right.
Hey, I
well, that however it works. However it works. I hear that.
My boy speaks Spanish. He went to, I forgot the name of the country, but he speaks Spanish really well. He never came back.
Good for him.
He was like, dog.
I'm talking about.
He said, dog, I ain't coming back. He said, that's it for me.
Yeah.
He said, Detroit, hey, look, I had a good time. He's done 40 years old. And the money they talking about, I'm straight. I could have $40,000 here and live like a king.
Mm-hmm.
I could make $20,000 a year American money and live like a king here. He said, I'm straight.
Now, I do have a question. It's
Darnetha.
What the
Okay.
I mean, sometimes my mouth move and his voice comes out. It's okay. So, Darnetha, I have a question for you, because you mentioned that you know, you are a believer, you are a Christian, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that the free will that was given to humans have gotten out of line and is leading us to damnation?
I mean, I feel like absolutely in a sense, but I just feel like it's written so with understanding that it's going to happen. The power in knowing that things are they go from good to bad and it's a cycle and a circle. I think with recognizing that there's a cycle or a circle of things that's happening, the best thing you can do is change your decision making. So that's where the aware and unaware comes and that's where the good decisions, bad decisions, and how you move in entertainment, how you move in your livelihood, how you move with your ethics. I think those are the things that just determine how you can handle all of the negativity that's around you. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
And then just having faith, you know, that just adds to it, you know, but having faith is what really is leading you into those areas to make certain decisions that can be on a better end for your life. So that's why I enjoy it. And honestly, just knowing the stories in the Bible helps me decision make.
Right. I understand that.
So something to lean on for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking like the end of days and how things are happening so rapidly over and over and over again. We're seeing the same stories over and over again. And it's like people are stuck in a loop. They're not even making a new decision. You know what I'm saying? They the fight or flight thing. Like I just told somebody I would fight anybody. You know what I mean? But I'm afraid to even have confrontation because I don't think they will ever put their fists up anymore. Right. You know, I think we are definitely in a place where they like, well, she wanted to fight me. I was afraid for my life, so I shot her. Like, why? Like, I just, what happened to an old school fight? Like, I can take a loss.
Right.
You know what I mean? But conflict resolution with our fist. You know what I mean? Like, you want to just end the battle.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm sorry not to cut you off.
No, you're good.
That's what's so cool about, like, mental health, right? Because really, what I found out is that the battle is not... It's not just in the spirit, it's in the mind. You know, so this is our money maker up here. This is our most our brain is so amazing on levels that I feel like we don't even know and really stretch to how we can learn in different ways. So when you're learning and you changing the way you move and how you make your decisions and what's the outcome you're trying to object, I think that's the part that's not stretched enough on how we really need to think our way out of this, our way through situations, because an argument changes when it's the conversation that gets escalated.
We have a caller. Hey, caller, how you doing?
Good morning, Link. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Dorian.
Did he say good morning, Lake? Good morning, everybody. I'm Lake, and this is everybody. That's going to be my new record.
Let me make this real quick. Free will is a gift and a curse given to us by God.
Yeah.
Look at animals. They have no free will. They do what they're naturally intended to do. Us humans aren't. We have free will. We have choice. It's called id. And the problem is, as we evolve, as we supposedly supposed to evolve, we tend to not think about the past. Everything that is happening now has happened before, and it will continue to happen because we don't put an emphasis on his story. We don't put an emphasis on resolution. Like, we're the only creatures on the planet that will kill you with a smile. You ever notice that?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're the only creatures on this planet that can kill with impunity. Other animals do not do that. We have to realize that we're animals on this planet as well, yet because we are physically incapable of being at the top of the food chain from a physical aspect, use weapons, and we'll turn on each other. You know, so not surprised any of this ignorance occurs often. And if you notice, a lot of this domestic violence, some woman got shot last night, matter of fact, on the east side.
Wow.
It's daily now in Detroit. And believe it or not, 50 years ago, we had over 750 homicides in Detroit. You know what? Listen, history. You know what there were? What was it about? Everybody was upset. We were coming out of a post-riot. The city was going, literally the jobs were leaving. And you had a lot of domestic violence, people who know each other, killing each other. It wasn't just drugs or crime the way we wanted to think about in the 80s, like, you know, the fantasized view of the crime life. Most of your murders are occurred by someone with a gun that lives with someone with or without a gun. So we make our own beds, yet we don't want to pay attention to history because it's boring. Oh, that's the past.
Right.
And so this is how we end up in this. So I don't sit here and think, oh wow, this is off the chain or it's much more violent. No, it was way more violent in the past.
Is this your definition of I'm gonna make this quick? I love you. I love you, cuz.
Hey, Dorian. The hell with Lake. She was so happy when you said, hey, Lake, and everybody.
I know. I love the fact that he's in the bathroom and he decided to call us. Go.
I gotta go. I'll call back.
Oh, you do gotta go?
Stand by, though.
Stay black.
Okay. Well, thank you for what you stated, Dorian, because to be honest, we are in that time, though. We are. You know, we know that there's things happening every day, and we know that there's so much. The anxiety is high, and everybody's kind of like just on 10 because it's kind of like that. What's next? It's like we're kind of standing, waiting on, what's next. And with being at this time, that's really why what's so great about what we do at Legal Shield, because we really are helping people kind of just take the things that's going on all around us and really shift, the ease in a different direction.
Do you think when people have tools like Legal Shield that they're less likely to commit certain crimes and things because they understand the need to have defense?
Absolutely. Nicole, when you're ready to start, Miles, I'm telling you, what we doing and how we helping people is next level. That's why I'm so excited about it.
It is. I'm super excited about it. As you can see, I know when I came in the business 2 years ago, when I found out about it, I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah.
One of my best friends had brought it to my attention initially because my daughter had started her online digital marketing business, and a friend of mine had brought it to my attention, and she's like, you can get access to these. You can get access to these.
One second, I'm sorry to. Hey, caller, how you doing? Are they there? Okay. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. Go ahead, Nicole.
Oh, that's okay. So
you forgot where you was at?
Oh, yep. So my best friend. Look, yeah. But just going back, my best friend had brought it to my attention, when my daughter started her online digital marketing business. And of course, I wanted, all the I's dotted, the T's crossed. And then I wanted her to, open up her business correctly. And in order to do that, I wanted to, hire an attorney, a business attorney, to make sure everything was all taken care of. And of course, I knew that would be, very, very expensive. And my friend brought it to my attention that we could tap into a whole network of attorneys at a low monthly rate. And I'm like, wow, how do we do that? And so, she invited me on a informational Zoom call, and I got this information and got her signed up. And, when my daughter called me and she's like, I'm talking to the attorneys, they're getting my business, structure set up, my LLC, they're handling all my paperwork. I'm calling the law firms like a few times a day. And I'm thinking in my mind, this is adding up, but it was all in that low monthly rate. And I was just thinking, like, a light bulb clicked off in my head, and I'm thinking, like, this information needs to get to the community. I'm like, so many entrepreneurs and business owners, they are excellent at what they do at their business, but they may not know all of the legalities.
Right. I just, just recently, this happened twice. It's a hall. I don't know if it's two separate halls, but they both shut down. One friend of mine, she was having a wedding yesterday. They called her on Sunday, said it was being shut down. I get a call yesterday from another client saying that the hall that he had rented had got shut down for not having the proper liquor licensing. And I thought about that. Like, for one, it's a cabaret hall, so why are you selling liquor or whatever? You know what I mean? But why don't you legally know what your capabilities are if you're opening up a business? Like, you should have legal, what do you call when somebody, advisors?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To help you out with those things. And you say it's a low cost to do that?
Right, absolutely. And I'm so passionate about this is because
I can tell you drinking coffee.
I believe in entrepreneurship in the community. It's empowering. It changes generational wealth in the family, in the community. I love to support businesses in our community, and I want our community to thrive.
Right.
And I'll just be real. I'll put it out there. If you go into other communities, into certain communities, a lot of times they don't even start a home business without legal counsel. And a lot of times we're wearing all of these different hats on our own. We're the CEO, the marketing person, the finance person. We're trying to do it all on our own. And, we love our families, but sometimes, we're going to Uncle Joe, or we're going, to Aunt June, and we asking questions like, how do I do this? How do I do that? but we need advice from a legal standpoint.
So you had said that you have access to a plethora of different type of
good word.
Yes,
a plethora.
Yes,
absolutely.
So you
attorneys.
get, and that's the benefit, is because with Legal Shield, you don't just get access to one law firm or one lawyer in one specific area of law. And this goes for your business, and it extends out to your family as well.
I was going to ask that.
Absolutely, and that's super important. So that's what's the value of what this brings, is because not only can you get your business protected, but you can also get legal counsel, legal advice on an unlimited number of matters, but you can also get your family protected. And so, for example, if you need a real estate lawyer, that's what you get. If you need an employment lawyer, that's what you get.
What about if I need a will?
Absolutely. That's so important.
So is it somebody there to help me set up a trust?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I have, so of course, so you guys know Darnetha Davis, owner of Trap Keno. I do this I'm living this entrepreneurial life with having a business, right? And one of the things that I noticed, one of the things that when I'm writing my vision out of how I want to conduct my business and how I want to protect my business, I also thought about, what about if something happened to me and I need a will to where my business go? Who's going to control all of the hard work that I've put into my business if I'm not here tomorrow?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it just goes so deep in ways that it's just like, these can be sometimes very sensitive conversations to have with your family, because we talk about the good times and we always want to come around our people, and we just like, I'm just so happy to see you. I love you. Let's play a game. You know, let's do this, let's do that. But with what I do, it really showed me that through Legal Shield, that's one way that I can help protect people that I love in my family, and with the different things that they do, but using my business to stretch out to the community, right? So with Trap Keno, one of the ways I met Nicole, let me just give y'all a little quick background of how.
You got 1 minute, go.
All right. I met Nicole at a pop-up. She was doing an entrepreneur pop-up, and we met because I was selling my board game and I was telling people about Trap Keno, and she was asking me questions. She's like, when she came, I'm like, oh, okay, Legal Shield. Like, oh, that sounds cool. I really kind of seen that, just the gist of it. Oh, it's a monthly that you pay for legal services. And then when she said you will have access to so many, over 3,000.
Actually, it's upward to almost 9,000 now.
9,000 different attorneys, and just access to that type of protection. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, so she's like, yeah, did you get trademark? Did you get? I'm like, yeah. She's like, how much did you pay for that? I'm like, $1,800. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I paid $1,800 for my trademark for my business. And with Legal Shield, I was able to get a trademark, and it basically like more than cut my costs all the way in half after finishing the process. So when we're talking about business owners on the scale of small business that's becoming small businesses, black-owned businesses, we don't have that much money to have trademark after trademark, 18, 3,000 for these.
Right.
I had to protect my business on so many different ends, and didn't fully understand how much it required of me financially to do things legally.
So I have a question for you guys. If we had listeners out there and they're like, oh my God, this sounds amazing, how do they contact someone to get the information?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, we are having our Detroit-based team. We are actually having a Legal Shield overview Zoom tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. And if they want information, we'll be going over everything, including how they can get their will done, how they can get their business and their family protected. We'll be going into details about that. If you would like to attend, please text your name, and you can text I'm in at 313-597-1001. Again, if you want to attend the Legal Shield informational Zoom. You can text your name and the words "I'm in" at 313-597-1001. And
if you missed that, you can also text 313-926-9016. I'm putting it in the chat though.
Oh, we love that.
Yes, absolutely. And we will send you the information and the link to the Zoom to participate. We will also be at this coming Friday. I want to give you that information as well.
Or I'm gonna say this. Y'all can also call me because I'm signing up today.
Oh yeah,
okay.
I'm so excited for Miles. Like, please,
that's right.
Let me tell you something. I think that is so amazing. First off, Miles, I love what you do, and I think sometimes you it's not like you don't know what you do yet for real, but you be doing things like so many people, and he remembers their names. I think that's just like the most. No, I'm just kidding. But I love that you are so connected to so many different people that are in our environment. It's never a one stream thing. He know about music. He know about print shops. He know about people who do this, and tech. I'd be like, how you know all these people?
Well, I'm hoping once he get done, he can trust podcasting and make me the godmother, because that's the plan.
Put her on the wheel. Real quick,
we're gonna get back to Legal Shield shortly, but I want to take a moment and talk about some of the comments on the topic. Is that cool with y'all?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mika Cooper said, no, bullying is worse now than it was back in the day. You have cyberbullying, and it's worse than when we were a kid. And Dorian says, no, people are just sensitive and weak nowadays. She responds by saying, it's not that they're sensitive and weak. I feel like people find it an easy way out to fuck with people. It's easier to say what you want behind a computer. Yeah. I'm looking at our kids. It's affecting them more than it affected us because we were raised to stand up and stand your ground. And then Rhea says she wouldn't say weak, but people are definitely sensitive.
And I'm sorry,
go ahead. No,
I was gonna say, shout out to Fly Kool-Aid. I know him for years.
Oh, shout out, Mr. Fly. Rhea says that she loves Legal Shield.
Oh, good.
Dorian says it's the parents' fault and society's fault because we raised them with no fight. They just crash out. Yeah. It's an infant mentality when you can't get your way and you can't fight, so you grab a weapon. Weakness is personified. I think I said that correctly. Personified? Yeah. Personified. I should crash out on you for correcting me in public. Calvin said he had Legal Shield back in the day. It was $50. So they saying come back. And then Mr. Fly said Legal Shield is a must to have.
Yeah. Yes. They protect people with their gun licensing. They're helping truck drivers. They're helping people that do ride share.
Absolutely.
Uber, Lyft, DoorDash. Yes. There's so many things that can happen in a day.
Yeah, I think Legal Shield will be one of the. Definitely one of the things that's. It's going to be able to stay up.
So one of the things, because I always get in situations where I always feel like I'm not asking the right questions at the time that somebody's asking me to sign up. So Tanya says monthly fees does not cover the actual attorney's retainers and other fees. Is that true?
Yes, actually it does. That's why we want people to join our Zoom, and we are having another in-person event Friday, and I'll give that information a little later, after we go through some of the comments. But yes, the monthly fee actually covers a whole suite of services, and I'll give you a sneak peek. So, for example, there's contracts and letters that the attorneys can review. For example, if you're leasing an apartment, they can go over your rental lease. If you're buying a car, they can look at that purchase agreement for you to make sure you're not getting overcharged. If you buy a defective product and it's under warranty and, something is wrong with it and the person or company that you purchased that product from doesn't want to give you a refund, they can write a letter on your behalf or make a phone call on your behalf. All of that is included. Getting your will done. 7 out of 10 people in the United States do not have a will, especially in our community.
I'm one of those 7.
Yeah, especially in our community. You definitely want to get that done.
My son is the only child. I dare somebody to take something. So I gotta be dead,
and it's a misconception. It's a misconception. I don't have anything. I don't need to. Well, I got my wishes wrote down on a notepad or a napkin.
Right.
Please don't do that, folks.
Yeah.
All of that is included. And for one individual, and we do have a couple of different plans you can choose from based on your family needs. But for one individual, it's only $29.95 per month. What I just named off is all included in that plan.
Yep.
Now there are some extenuating circumstances
if that's gonna go to court.
Where if you have to go to court or you're having like a really nasty divorce or something like that, where it may fall in the 15% or 25% discount.
Right.
However, would you rather go to an attorney and get a 25% discount, or do you want to go and to pay the full price?
And the one thing, I don't have a lot of legal situations in my life, knock on wood, but I do know sometimes we just don't know where to go.
Exactly.
We find ourselves in those situations. Like I know a lot of men that have lost it all because they didn't have representation.
That's it.
They're like, okay, well, you provided her this lifestyle, so she gets everything. But wait a minute, I don't have no representation.
But that's another example, whether it's marriage, divorce, prenup, postnup. I mean,
I need a postnup.
We got people, we got people in the community. Hey, baby mama drama, baby daddy drama
every day.
You have to think about that, men and women. A lot of people say, "Oh, I don't get in trouble." It's not just about getting in trouble. It's about those everyday things that you may encounter. For example, even myself, it was a couple of years ago. I paid a tax company upwards of $300 to do taxes for me. Unbeknownst to me, a whole year later, I found out the tax company did not even file my taxes.
Wow.
And I received a letter from the IRS like, hey, you didn't file your taxes last year. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? So I called the tax company and I spoke with the manager, and she actually gave me the runaround.
Yeah.
And after about 10 minutes or so, I got off the phone with her. And I called Legal Shield, and they actually made a phone call on my behalf.
Yes.
And they actually wrote a letter as well on my behalf. I got my $300 in refund back that very next week. And, that situation was taken care of. Now, had I, continued on to try to take care of that situation myself, I probably would have had to call corporate and go through all of this whole, just
in other words, you save a lot of time and money.
And you need representation. We don't. I don't think we know enough about a lot of things as we are raising our children and having certain amenities that they can be like, hey, I remember my mom had Legal Shield, and I went to the lawyer's office, or I remember her being on the call. Like, I have an aunt that she sued for everything. You know what I mean? And but I'm saying by right. You know what I mean? Like she had a lawyer on retainer, and
absolutely.
But it helped her secure a lot of things at her older age. She has property. She has a property management company. She has everything that she needs for a 62-year-old woman, because she knew what her rights was when she was 25, 30, 35, 37, 38.
That's amazing though. But how many people have that? How many people?
Not a lot.
How many people are taught that, or have that education? Not a lot. And so that's why Darnetha and I are, along with a lot of other people, because now people are starting to know about Legal Shield, and we want to educate and share these resources with the community.
So real quick, we're going to take a pause. You guys, if you are interested in, text I'm in at 313-926-9016. 16. And we're going to go to our commercial. It is 10:30. So it's that time. And it's that time. Because it's 10:30.
We need a break.
And you watch the Rise and Grind Morning Show right here on podcasting. We'll be right back.
But you got 30. It's 10:30. No, that's 10:30.
So I'm gonna be like Queen Latifah and these bitches set it off. I ain't risking my life for no $2,000. We got $1 million in the hood. Somebody gonna fuck around and rob that motherfucker. You see a bitch, then smack a bitch.
I pray that my love for you is bigger than what my parents have.
So you must be my daughter's new friend?
Candy, let me ask you a question.
Oh, so this him? This the man that comforts you more than me?
Mama, all men ain't like daddy.
That's not fair.
Y'all know that free will doesn't apply to consequences, right? Like, what I mean is we can choose whatever sin we want, but we can't choose the consequences. Like, we don't get to tell God, okay, I want to do this sin and that sin, but I don't want any physical or emotional consequences, and definitely no spiritual or psychological consequences. Eve literally bit off more than what she could chew when she ate that forbidden fruit. And you can't even say, well, if I knew what all my consequences would be, I probably wouldn't engage in the sin. Wrong. Because in Genesis 2:17, God told Eve, you shall surely die. He let her know up front what the fatal consequence would be. And old girl still ate the fruit after being gaslighted by the devil. When it comes to doing things we know we shouldn't be doing, we should start thinking long term, because our physical, emotional, spiritual, or psychological consequences could be long term. And that's another reason why James 1:19 says everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry, in that order. Can you imagine if every believer were to be quick to listen to the Holy Spirit's voice? We would probably be a little less quick to engage in sin, despite how good it feels to our flesh in that moment. I'm just saying.
You?
I promise.
You wish you had something like me and your daddy.
I do wish I had something like y'all.
Mom, I'm pregnant.
Pregnant? How'd that happen?
A short round, 6 to 8 weeks.
My parents just have something so special that I desire to have.
So you gonna tell your new man or your old man?
But she leaves a fucking note. A fucking note? Nigga, I just lost my mind. All she leave me is a note.
Ooh, I'll play.
Shit, I guess I'll play too then.
Lauren, come on.
No, I promised Marie I was gonna stop being messy.
Oh my God. Is that Marie?
Nigga, you know my name.
Oh, you must be the ex, huh? My bad, bro, because last time I checked, she didn't even tell you about her baby.
Hey, that's enough. That's enough.
A stupid ass nigga.
Man, stop. So what does this mean? What does this mean?
Bitch, stop talking to me. Marie, you are such a fucking hoe. Oh, now you wanna slap me?
Hey, real quick, I know you guys are enjoying the show. Yes, we are always having a good time on the Rise and Grind show. But please, do me a favor. Go to YouTube, type in Rise and Grind Morning Show. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Therefore, you can always be in tune with our live content and interact with us, be in the comments, and we can keep bringing dope, hot content to you. Now, we're going right back to the show.
Oh, yep. You already know what time it is. Welcome back to the Rise and Grind Morning Show. Those who kept to stay with us, appreciate it. Listen, we about to get started because Lake B about to tell you what's going on around the metropolitan area.
Hey, that would be me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was another Lake B. Hi, everybody. this is what's going on in the D. You know, for one, eventually it's going to get hot. I don't know when. I don't know where, but eventually it's going to get hot. So it's going to be a lot of things coming up outdoors. I need you guys to get out, enjoy the sun, be with your family, spend time. I want to give a shout out to Fixin' Soul Food. It's a Black-owned restaurant downtown, right in Paradise Valley. I had the opportunity to do brunch there on Saturday. It's owned by Kevin Johnson from one of the basketball teams in Arkansas, or is it Arkansas? But, wherever it is. He was a pretty cool cat. The food was amazing. The service was amazing. So if you have the opportunity to really support a Black business, go out and get some Fixin' Soul Food. Also, as you guys know, on this Friday, Legal Shield is having a Zoom meeting. We have put the information in the comments.
Friday, we having a live event.
Oh, you having a live event? What's that? The live event again?
Nicole.
Okay, while Nicole is looking that up.
Live event information, but definitely.
We're going to give you information on that. And also this Friday, we have the closing event for the Tiff Massey exhibition at the DIA. Ooh. They are throwing a massive party. The DIA is allowing them to use the front lawn on Woodward, as well as the whole museum is going to be open and free for those of you who are in Wayne, Macomb, and Oakland County. You have that live event information?
Yes, I do. So for the live event, and let me get this right, we will be at the Better Block Detroit G7 closeout event. That's Friday, May 9th from 1 to 4 p.m. And that will be at 13555 Gratiot Avenue. It is free and open to the public, and please come out. It will be a lot of different vendors there, free food. So it's just going to be a great event for the community. A lot of resources there, and Legal Shield will be there.
You said that address 13559 Gratiot?
13555. That's 3 5s. 13555 Gratiot Avenue.
Okay, that is dope. You guys don't forget that Friday is also my mom's birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Hey, that's mine too. We share a birthday.
Oh, wow.
So I will be at that event from 1 to 4, and we share a birthday. So we'll be celebrating birthday too.
That's so also, you guys know I love free events. Drag Queen Bingo at the Jolly Pumpkin on May 18th. And then we was talking about people mentality and dealing with your mental health. The Riverfront Conservancy is having the Sound Bath Meditation event on May 27th. So please make sure that you guys go to the Eventbrite and get that free ticket. Now in June, my son is graduating from 8th grade, and that's a big deal for me. But also we have some other cool things. There's another Drinks by Design from Design Core event on June 6th. This month June, it will be held at the Detroit Historical Museum. So I need for you guys to come out. We just opened up an amazing comic book exhibition that will be up for a year. So this will be a free day for us as well. So come out and enjoy the museum on June 6th. And also on June 6th, there's a Sizzling and Sound community event. This is an open cooking class. It's going to be at 10809 Mack Avenue from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So for any of you guys who love to cook, go check that Sizzling and Sound event out. They're going to have DJs, and they're going to have demonstration kitchens there from different chefs around the city of Detroit. And I'm going to leave you guys right there. With May events and June events, I will always be adding more. You guys can always DM me if you guys DM me anyway. Like, hey, last night I had a ball. I told y'all I celebrate every holiday. If you got a holiday coming up in June, I don't care if it's flat back, I love flat booty holiday.
I know.
I'm gonna be there if that's the day. Oh, and I just found out, because for those of you know my legal name. I need to get my name changed. I need Legal Shield.
Yeah,
but my legal name is Lakeisha. That's where the lake come from. And National Keisha Day is going to be on August 11th. So stay tuned, and I'll let you know what I'm going to be.
National Keisha Day?
It's a National Keisha Day.
And I will be celebrating. Keishas too.
Yeah, I'm going to get them all in one room, and we're going to Keisha this city down. Or
wow.
No, what do you mean?
This is some dumbass shit.
You don't come into that. I'm coming with that one.
So one of the things that I wanted to get back to when we were talking about free will, I had seen something that happened, and these girls were running this guy's pockets.
Damn.
Right? So it was a couple of chicks or whatever, and they like, you know, everybody thought it was funny. And they like, run your pockets. And one of the chick got her hands in his pocket, and the other chick like pulling at his pants or whatever, and then he just fired on her. Like for a minute, like her legs didn't know she was still supposed to be standing because her upper body was knocked out. You know, and then everybody came like, dog, she a girl. You wasn't supposed to do that.
No.
And I'm thinking to myself, because I am a boy mom, like at what point in time do people pay for their consequences?
She did.
She paid. And then, you know what I ain't gonna say I love this because I don't condone that 100%, but the guys just kind of pulled him off of her. Like they didn't jump him or anything, because you could see from across the way that it was like 3 girls on him,
right?
And they thought it was funny. He kept asking them to stop touching me.
He probably saying, "Leave me alone."
He kept saying, "Leave me alone."
That's her personal space. That's his personal space. That's not cool at all.
And I think people think they have the free will to be in your personal space and you not respond.
I mean, that sounds like that was a kind of like a little bit of a gangster attitude of the women to just tell people run their pockets and go inside of their personal values.
Did y'all see that video that was going around that happened at the restaurant when the women tried to jump on that security?
You talking about the gorilla versus 100 females with no pants on?
First of all, when the way he hit the first girl, she spun around and she ain't realized what the hell she was. She like, shit, run to McDonald's,
I would have been like, girl, they say, why are you trying to order a Big Mac?
But listen, the truth is, my boy, like, he had no business hitting her like that. Listen, she was the main one hitting, so it's another chick who hit him in the back of his head twice, right?
Totally unacceptable.
When he turned around, he wailed on her.
Totally unacceptable.
He hit her about 6 times brutally, and all I said was, "Damn." I said it 6 times.
But again, you can't just go around doing what you want to do. Even females are.
These hoes are reckless.
These hoes are reckless. Wait a minute. These hoes are reckless.
They are really bold. And I don't condone men hitting females either. But listen, if you step to a man like that, or if you coming on a man like that, you got to know the consequences.
Free will.
For one, he did his job. He was security. So usually security is a punk ass big dude, but obviously he can hold himself down.
Yeah,
because he took them all on. But I'm like, how do we get to the point where we're going out and about? And we're causing chaos and havoc. I seen a aftermath video of an entrepreneur walking through his establishment.
That was that place.
Oh, it was the same place?
That was the same place.
But he said somebody got shot there.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things happened that night.
And it was so hurtful to hear him from an entrepreneur standpoint. Maybe hopefully he has legal shield and could sue everybody. but the fact that we go places, we can't control our liquor intake. We can't control our anger in public. And then we want to make it hard for people to do business in any city. This wasn't our city, but it was Black City America.
And let me say this, the thing about restaurants and us, like, we live in a time now that social media is so upfront. We always are so quick to try certain places just because it look nice from TikTok. And one of the values with Legal Shield that I think is so important and so great is that this membership will transfer you to any state in the country.
Okay, cool.
And in Canada. So you can still have representation, because sometimes you go out of town, something can happen. At a restaurant, you can get hurt. Anything can happen. And sometimes you just don't know how to go about things because you're not in your own environment. And I think that's so important to be able to know where to turn when you're in an emergency.
And you have, especially when you're out and about, because I know different laws change, from state to state, and
exactly.
and it's hard. Ignorance is no excuse to break the law. Even if it's something small, jaywalking, or you know how the lights turn. You know, I went another place and I almost got in a car accident because you know usually our arrows turn after everybody has gone, and then you're able to make your left turns. I was in Naperville and I was really, really young. Well, their turn signal comes on first, and then the traffic goes after. So I was just sitting there. You know what I mean? Not knowing, and then when the traffic stopped, I went to make a left, and everybody in the car like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? What are you doing? Like, I didn't even know. You know, you're so programmed on certain things. I wasn't even looking at the light, you know, because my whole environment was different than where I was used to driving, and I was young, and that was my first time. Like, oh wow, like making a Michigan left. We're the only place. That's why it's a Michigan left. You know what I'm saying? People come here like, what?
Yeah.
You got to go down, turn around, to go back.
Yeah.
And I was in Tampa, and you could just make a U-turn. Like you just make,
and Miami is like that too.
Yeah, like you just make a U-turn.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't care about that.
I was like, this feel weird. We going to jail.
It felt good though.
It felt good because going down and coming back.
But see, the thing about that as well too, you know, in the event you are in an accident, whether it's in Michigan or out of state, you know, there's a 24/7 emergency button that's in the Legal Shield app that you can tap any time of day, any time of night, whether it's 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 3 p.m. You can tap that app and the lawyer will come on the line momentarily to help you navigate that situation. Whether you're in an accident or whether you're, you know, arrested, detained, or questioned, you can tap that emergency button in the app.
When the first thing was sure, when that girl got hit the first time, she should have tapped her ass, tapped that button.
You talk about the gorilla versus. So I do have a question for you guys. When you become a Legal Shield
associate,
no. So when you pay the monthly fee, are you an associate?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a member.
You're a member. Okay, so when you become a member, how do you get to the point? Some people may be thinking about this, like, how do I sell it? Or is that an option? Do you have to be?
Yes, that's absolutely an option. And I'm glad you brought that up because we are growing so fast that we need more boots on the ground. Currently, we have about 5 million members nationwide and through Canada. And actually, we have only penetrated about 3% of the market.
Okay.
So that's it, and we are at 5 million members. So you can imagine, like, the United States and Canada is wide open.
Yeah, the opportunity is amazing.
The opportunity is amazing. Darnetha can tell you that. And I'm glad you brought that up because this has been a blessing twofold. Because not only does the actual service help so many people. And in essence, it's even saving lives, actually, especially with that 24/7 emergency button in the app. But not only does it help the community through the service, it also helps actually being an associate, such as Darnetha and I, because the company actually pays us a ridiculous amount of money. To just share it.
Mom's saying ridiculous. Wait, what?
I like ridiculous about it.
I love it. It is. But wait. It is.
He already know. I be going crazy, Shine. You know.
You know, this is changing. You know, you can change the whole trajectory of your family in terms of generational wealth because. You know, we offer, you know, residual income, passive income. You know, you can do the work, you know, one time and get paid for it over and over again, you know, just through the memberships that you market. You know, you can market the membership, and as long as the membership stays on the books, you can earn residual income, you know, going into that 13th month, as long as those membership stays on the book.
I love that.
So it's absolutely amazing. And then this is a willable book of business. So, you know, when that day comes, when the good Lord calls me home, you know, I will be able to pass this business on to my daughter and, you know, my grandchildren. If I have grandchildren one day, I can even pass this business on to my grandchildren. You know, so that's what's so powerful about this. And there's just a great opportunity. But like I said, if you hop on our Zoom tomorrow, or if you come to the Zoom, guys. Come to the Zoom tomorrow, or come to the live event that we're having Friday, we can give you all of that information. But Darnetha, boy, I know she's so excited to probably get on the mic to tell you about the opportunity, because she has not been in the company long at all, and she could tell you about the great opportunity.
The money is good. I'm trapping all over, so I don't waste time. When if it makes sense to me, I mean, it gotta be able to make money, so and it's just the fact that, honestly, I feel so great that I'm able to give this information. I pass so many people, that are in need, in a sense of like, just the fact that I can tell them something to help them get on the Zoom or just check out this information, because sometimes it's just so much. It's really hard to just kind of summon it up and let a person know. And it's so many perks that come with it. Like, that's what really makes it great. Because when you have a company that you are paying into and they're able to give you member perks along with you getting something that you need anyway, like that, I've never gotten a member perk from Netflix, but we pay $30 a month, $25. You know what I mean? I've never gotten anything that I can receive back. So now the way that my mindset is moving is just changing, and I need to see my money work for me, not against me.
So I got a question too for those that have a not so positive response, right? Is it safe to say, same thing I tell people that's running for office, is it good to tell people what we don't do? You know what I mean? In the beginning, while we doing our pitch, is that good?
Absolutely. We do tell people when we are on our Zooms and our live presentations, because we like to set that realistic expectation.
I'm talking about for the people who's selling it. Like, now I know not the Zoom calls, because hypothetically speaking, we got some people who say, I don't know how to do that shit. No, you got to do is call on your computer and hit join me. Yeah. So I'm talking about the people if I was going to sell, I would tell them, like, listen, the expectations is this. You cannot look for something you're paying $30 a month for us to go to court, you know what I mean, and be there for hours and days and months for $30 a month. That's not what we're about. We're about making sure it don't even get to that point. You know what I mean? That's just your eyes is dotted, T's are crossed.
Right.
Is it safe to do that first?
Well, you know what? Actually, as an associate, when you come aboard, we have a whole system in place. So it's almost like, the less you say, the better. I know we're on the podcast now, so of course we're saying
we can elaborate in certain environments,
right? But it's so easy because we have a whole system in place. So you're actually not even doing a whole lot of talking. As long as you can press play and invite. I almost say you can be a professional inviter. You don't have to know. You don't have to know any laws, any legalities. You don't even have to talk. We are simply a bridge to the community. We are a bridge where we connect you with this access.
She sold me on that one line when she said, "You send the money for Netflix, but you."
That's true. It's true, and you're not receiving anything back from that. Right. That can be. That can not only. And you know what? Sometimes you got to change the way you think and talk to certain people. So we don't receive anything from there, but this is something you will be able to receive to whatever money you make, and it'll increase it. It will increase. This system is in place that I have used to help me negotiate contracts, because I'm getting into larger environments. I'm meeting more people. I'm noticing that, the law of attraction, right? Because I'm attracting what I want. I'm attracting a different mindset. So I want to be ready when I'm in the room to have what I need, and I understand it. Right. Sometimes that understanding have to come from somebody who can break it down to you in a different way. I mean, we can only use ChatGPT so much to understand, but sometimes it's a verbal communication that takes that.
Yeah, and it's so easy as an associate. When you come on, I think that's why it blew my mind, because that's all we're doing is sharing information, and we're sending people a video, or we're inviting them out.
The bonus is good though. I ain't gonna lie. The bonus is good. The bonus is. I was like, I only did like, oh, okay. When it hit your account, it hit different.
I know one of the things that you said that was something that I think people try to undermine. Like, the reality of it is it gives you a discount on your really big legal needs. You know, you're not just gonna go to court and they're gonna fight for you for $30 a month. You know, but it does provide you a discount because a lot of us don't know how to get those services in the first place.
Period.
You know, and I think people look at that as like, well, I'm paying $30 a month. Yeah. And you also, this will be my assumption, like, we're all grown here. So this is something that you would use for life. You will be paying a $30.
Absolutely.
You will be
Absolutely.
paying this is a returner fee. Retainer fee.
Right. This is for long term.
And I've talked to lawyer friends of mine, and I never get into any legal trouble. And I was like, hey, if I pay you $30 a month, will you be there to help me? And they be like, no.
No.
Like, the $30 a month, what do you think I'm here? And I'm like, no, seriously, because I don't ever get in any trouble. So I want to give you free money. And I still have had lawyers turn that down. Because that's not a big enough fee for them to take you on if you find yourself in trouble.
Because they think it's free at their own will. Because speaking of free will actually costs us everything, because they really do. I thought we was going to agree on this.
Why? You don't think for me?
Yeah, but
or like me. But, what did you think we were going to agree on? Come on, spit it out.
That free will does cost everything.
So, question: once you're a member, you're always a member. You don't have to renew or anything.
So once you're a member, you're always a member, but there is no fee to cancel your membership. But I mean, it come down to, once you're a member, you know, you've changed the trajectory of your family. So pat yourself on the back. First off, because of the simple fact that it's so many people don't know. And even if you can be at dinner with your family, your distant relatives, and say, hey, I had a situation, but I use my legal shield, and somebody can say, what's that? You know, and you will help the cousin next to you, not only, you know, and change their trajectory. So yes, they do wills. We did tap on that. And trust as well. So many TikToks and videos come up about put your home in a trust, put this in a will, you can do this, and then they try to write it down like you really gonna sit there for them 3 or 5 minutes and either write that information down or write each website to go to do it. To have people you can actually communicate with and talk to and fully understand the how and where, because only a lawyer can do those things for you anyway, as far as put your home and things and like that in a trust.
I love that.
Yeah, and even in doing the will, we actually have that in the app as well. It's so simple and easy. Once you become a member, you can fill out the will questionnaire right in the app or on paper, and then it'll just
apps.
Yes,
it's so easy.
Everything is in the app. If you want to do your will, you just answer a series of questions right in the app. And that questionnaire will then be uploaded directly to the firm. And then in about 5 business days, they will mail you the paper copy of your will, and all you have to do is just get it notarized and everything, and then that's your will. And the beauty of it is that if you have any questions at all while you're filling out that will questionnaire, you can call the law firm as many times as you need to answer questions or to get clarification. So all of that is included in that monthly fee. And we're talking about top quality vetted lawyers. You're not getting, someone in their first year of law school practicing out of their parents' basement.
No, absolutely not.
The lawyers have on average about 20 plus years of experience. So that's just the collective buying power of all our members put together.
I can't wait till you guys sign up.
I have a question, Miles.
Yes.
What did you think we were going to agree on?
That our free will do cost us everything.
It do. But the thing about
she's not
it is,
gonna let it go.
Cost?
She's not going to let it go until you answer.
I'm trying to figure out.
Until you answer appropriately.
That was her answer. I did answer. I answered.
That's the male-female thing. That's why my life is crashing down now, because maybe that wasn't the answer I was looking for. Maybe I don't understand. I mean, like
the question
that
is,
wasn't an acceptable answer.
does your free will cost us everything?
And
his answer is yes.
Okay.
And I thought your answer would be yes.
Did I say no?
No, you ain't say yes neither. Shit.
I didn't know
we go around the
yes
table.
or no
Yes,
question.
Nicole, do your free will cost you?
Yes.
Yes.
So what about you, Lake?
I don't know what everything
All right, goddamn
is.
it,
Exactly. Everything is not specific. Everything.
is
Well, I guess
not,
everything is everything.
No.
I mean, in the case of some of the situations that we had discussed, like the young lady allegedly shooting the guys at Foot Locker, or the man who ran over the officer, it will cost them everything because their course of their life will change.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it may cost a lot of legal fees, and sometimes you can't come back for that.
I would say no to the topic.
Yeah, you say it doesn't cost you everything.
It don't cost you everything.
Right.
Because everything is too broad. Everything is everything. No, it doesn't. Nothing costs you everything. It costs you maybe time, and it costs some relationships. But even with the ones you lose, you end up building others. So it can't cost you everything.
And I will.
That's disruptive thinking for you right there.
But to her point, though.
It ain't no point.
No, but to her point, some people do things because they have been known to get away with it.
I
You know,
agree.
that's why you have evil people. That's why you have bad people who do things. Even if I know that I'm going to serve 2 years of jail time for robbing somebody, anybody. It still may be worth it at the end of it because I done put the little bag to the side, and when I get out, I got the bag.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But
So
let's
what did it cost
You might
me?
die in prison, and then you never get the bag.
Well, let's go to the Bible.
Then that cost you everything.
Let's go to the Bible.
Let's go to the Bible. Let's go to the Bible. So lions and other animals know damn well these waters got to be tested sometimes before crossing, right?
That's what.
So either they let the weak ones go first to see if alligators are in these waters, right? Or they just be like, fuck that, we'll walk around. So I'm just saying, our free will, humans, is because in the Bible we don't have free will. I mean, we have free will and they don't. So they understand instinctively what to do and what not to do. Our free will is what costs us a whole lot. I never saw a lion in jail. So what I'm saying, is they know what they can and cannot do. Okay, they instinctively have in them what they won't do and what they will do. So that's why when they run and they run in packs, they make sure certain things is like this. So they don't have free will. We have free will. We do dumb shit like go to the party store at 2:00 in the morning, single female, and don't have a pistol on her.
No.
So we do shit like that to go get a bottle of wine. So I'm just saying.
They don't even sell wine at 2:00 in the morning.
They don't. They do.
No.
Oh,
If you
In the
don't get
liquor
it,
store. The store open, it's wine in there.
not if you. I mean, it's 2:00 because they have the free will to legally.
What? Listen.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, make your point make sense.
Okay, well, 159.
I'm so happy. You know what I want to say? I'm so happy that I get so many calls that Miles sounds so good on the mic, because half the time people just like to hear your voice, but we don't know what the fuck you talking about.
I'm over here like, did he say Bible? What are you? I'm like, what is the? Are you trying to talk about the Bible?
But girls be calling like,
my
girl, he
God.
sounds so good.
Yeah, he keep having this little Keith West, Keith Wet moment. No, I'm just playing.
Keith Wet. Go ahead. Oh, deep throat voice.
I don't have no deep throat, ladies.
He just got a mad swallow game.
Damn.
I mean, that's what you say, everything. You say that. I was just repeating you.
That's for the late night podcast.
What's that?
It's the Rise and Grind morning show.
Right, we on the wrong show.
Look, that's my free will. I'm calling you in the air.
Was it a caller? No, it was somebody who they wanted to talk about their deep throat. You know how that goes.
Well, some of the
rise and
comments.
grind, not the slow grind.
Yes. And we have to wake y'all up thinking like this. We have to wake people up this morning, thinking differently. Like, this is changing, like, whether we like it or not. And the thing that's great about it is people are changing the way they do things. Mm-hmm. Like, now I don't even want to talk to you if you don't have a lawyer. And that's I don't know, that might be a little But to be honest, I'm talking about on a different end of decision making though.
Yeah.
Like I can't even waste my time no more. Like I'm getting impatient. I'm ready to see change. I'm ready to see not just me change. I'm going to see the people around me change and their decision making change. I'm tired of having the same problems.
Right.
So or hearing about it. So my thing is, even with someone I know, hey, if you're in a financial bind right now and you're having issues just within life and financially your money is funny and you can't make the bills and you wonder why you keep coming up short, I want you to definitely tune into our Zoom or come see us on Friday, because if you want to change the trajectory of your life, you got to do something different. Hey, maybe this will be an opportunity for you to see not only how you can put in and help the world out with helping people understand that they can have access to a greater life. You know, you can do that as well. You can come and you'll be on the best team anyway, because I'm on it. So
can I say this for real? If y'all decide to go with Legal Shield, y'all still have to do research on your own on the on the right questions to ask.
And it's available.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you got ChatGPT. What's the best questions to ask Legal Shield before I pay my monthly? Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Legal Shield like shit. I don't know. my ChatGPT talk to me. So
don't ask ChatGPT. Ask us.
We have a couple of things that
you can ask ChatGPT. What is the value of what Legal Shield bring to any member, and it's gonna give you 100 things, over 100 things.
I tell you what to ask. Ask what is the number one prepaid legal plan in the United States right now.
Oh yeah, in the United States.
You will see Legal Shield.
Is that still him playing, or we have to call him?
No, so what we have is a couple of comments. Toya said that everyone should keep their hands to themselves.
Yes.
Men are told women can't hurt you, so don't hit them. Which, right, and I think that is a bad.
My boy lost his eye to a woman.
And I think it has gotten more severe. With girls, I watch my niece fight with her brother, and like she's brutal, you know, at 8 and 6 years old, and he just don't want to. He don't want to hurt her, you know. He's 6 years old, and she just keep going for it. So we like, you know, like do something. Like y'all have to. She needs to learn to keep her hands to herself, because she can't be a woman going around doing that way.
I think that's how that term Molly Wop came about, because Molly got whopped.
Okay, so Dorian said an empty stomach hurt just as bad as a full one. Okay, Nietzsche. What is that?
What is that?
An empty stomach hurts just as bad as a full one.
That means half cup, half empty, half full type shit.
Okay, so you hurt. What do you do about it?
Get Legal Shield. He also said a fidelity firm can open up a blind trust for you. Yeah. More. I don't know this. The first name, I apologize, but they said yes. Nicole and Darnetha.
No, mess up her name like I messed up her name in my head. Say her name.
Say my name.
Sandra Bland. Say her name. No, I'm joking.
Nayamka.
Hey,
okay.
Coach Nan.
Did I say it right?
Yep, Nayamka.
Nayamka.
Keep that damn
Coach Nan, shout out.
And then Fly says Dorian for estate planning, and I can't. I don't know what that was.
Yeah,
no, not today. But they said with our premium membership at Legal Shield, we can help with that. That's what Fly said. So Fly must be a
Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid is the coolest. He's one of our directors in the company. He's a business owner as well.
Yeah, come check his store out.
Check out his store, AYV.
Yeah,
AYV Fresher out in Royal Oak.
There you go, right there on 11 or 12.
11.
Is it revocable? Revocable trust.
Oh, yeah, probably.
A revocable trust is best.
Yeah.
For estate planning, a revocable trust is best. With our premium membership at Legal Shield, we can help with that.
Yes.
Okay. But sad to say, Legal Shield cannot help people with one thing: making the right decision all the time.
No, it can't.
So we got to think about we have to really think about things before we do it. You know what I mean?
We do.
Absolutely.
Especially when you get to an age like you get late age, you have to really think before you do a lot of things.
Right. Yeah, especially in terms of financial.
Financial planning. I know that I'm mid 40s, 46 years old.
Bullshit.
So,
your mama.
You know how we want to say it. And then we got to go into like my mama.
Then my mama did.
And then, but that's the only thing I have to say to you is like, yo, mama. Like, she left this person to us, and I thank you so much, Miss Lady. I appreciate them. But anyway, at 46 years old, you do start to think about your life a little differently. What you can leave here tangibly, what decisions you've made of the past. You don't want to hold on to those things, but you want to know what you can do better for the future. And I am not necessarily a person that is good in the sales aspect. I like the idea that you brought up, like pushing the button and getting invites. Some people are professional inviters, you know, and I think sometimes we as people, we just get afraid of the no's.
Yes.
We get afraid that means I'm going to have to hound people all the time, and I'm going to be like the spam likely people. Every time I got to talk to you, here come Legal Shield. Like, here come Legal Shield.
That's how I am with Trapkino.
But that's what a lot of people think. We want to get out of that because this is so different.
Got somebody in?
And I was afraid of that at first too. I'm like, oh my gosh,
I don't even care no more.
Yeah, because we stand with that posture now. We know what we have is changing lives, whether it's through the membership or becoming part of our mission. Like, our mission literally says, we're providing access to the justice system that every human being deserves. How can you not stand on that?
Seriously.
Right. And
Seriously.
for me personally, I stand in that posture, and I'm like, if you run away from me when I come to you and share the information, that's all I'm doing. I just want you to take a look, and I want to share that information. If you run away from me while I'm trying to share that message, then that's on you. Like, you looking crazy if you don't have this.
And I do think it's crazy that we spend less time wanting to talk about subjects that's going to better lives, life insurance, wills, legal situations, and things like that. We prefer to talk about who fought, who shot who, who's screwing who. You know what I mean? Like,
who's screwing?
I'm not screwing at all. Like, I ain't had no penis in a week. And do you got a lawyer for that? Can I sue somebody for holding their dick away? Like, I was signed up today. If I could get a lawyer to present my man with a letter saying that you should not be allowed to be in a relationship if you ain't doing your girl.
I mean, for real.
That should be $30 a month. Is that all it takes?
Sis, let me tell you something. People producing contracts every day
for a lot of things
to hold up expectations.
Well, how about
they
that?
are.
Would that be called dictation?
Yes, sir.
Whatever the communication that's needed for the dictation. Text sign. Text I'm in.
Yeah, text I'm in.
No, he's not.
Text I'm in.
Text I'm in to 313-926-9016. Mika said good morning.
Good morning.
Good people. And she said she made it on time. Somebody said Miles Dixon. Ha ha ha. Yellow laughy face. And then they say stop it, Miles. LOL. And it looks like Lake is ready to jump over the table at Miles every Tuesday. I'm gonna bring my knife like, did I ask for your ass?
Seriously.
Your hand in marriage. Did I ask for your hand in marriage? I ain't even asked for
we
nothing.
in Detroit, you know how many people have guns? I didn't know how many people have guns here until I started doing Legal Shield. I was like, hey, you serious? I did not know. I was unaware. I literally, I knew because, but I didn't know. I mean, it's just everywhere. But the thing is, when you say I ask people often, because now I just, I want to know. You got a gun? Yeah. How you protect yourself with having a gun? Oh, the conversation changes.
Yeah, it does. Just don't let nobody got them.
Nobody have them, but don't nobody know what comes with having them.
And you know what? Because I give you my honest opinion
I just know
about
I got
that.
this to shoot.
I have a gun. And I stopped carrying it for that very reason. Because an 8-hour class does not allow you to retain the information that you really need to know when it comes to the responsibility of having a weapon. And I don't want to... We, in America, we have a lot more gun-related deaths than anywhere else in the world because everybody is allowed to have a weapon.
Especially in the southern states.
Right. But the issue with that is that when we use our weapons, we don't know what the consequences are going to be. They give you a license, but the license it can't be concealed. It can be concealed. If they brandish it, you can shoot them. But they didn't have a gun. You know what I mean? Like you got so many. I'm like, when I found out I couldn't drink and have weapons, I'm like, tequila over guns.
Where you want
I need to
counsel.
Tequila over guns. Because I'd rather drink than have a. Because I mean, you know what I mean. Because people are still carrying their weapon and they're drunk.
Well, did this? How about
and they can't control their anger.
You don't know how many people carry guns and nobody know nothing. I carried a gun for 20 years and nobody knew I had a gun.
Yeah,
well,
for 20 years.
And you hear a lot of officers say that. You know what I mean? Like you have less interactions of violent nature when people do not have weapons. And that's why people love living in Europe. You know what I mean? Because you can't, it's hard to get a gun.
Right.
You know, most of the law enforcement officers have batons. You know what I mean? And you just won't take the chance. I'm ready to take the chance on this.
Let's just take the call.
Hey, caller, how you doing?
I'm back.
Hey, back. I missed you.
I was really under the weather. So yeah.
Who is this?
Wait a minute, Dorian. So you need a legal shield for your toilet?
No. I actually had legal shields some years ago. A friend of mine was selling it, but then I realized a few things that I was pre-law in school, so I fight a lot of my own cases. But as far as like with the necessary need that I think a lot of our people need, as far as contracts and learning more legal stuff, Legal Shield can definitely help you with that. Definitely help you with that. As far as carrying weapons and people, that's the problem. And really this goes back to what I was talking about earlier back in 74, 73. We had a bonanza of people buying guns during that time. Same as we have now. And people get a hold. Conflict resolution is not shooting. Yep, people want to shoot. People are. I was back and forth in the comments about people being weak and sensitive, and that's because a lot of people nowadays weren't raised to catch a fade.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, me and my homeboys, we would always get into squabbles. I done fought just about every friend I'd have never had. Everyone. I done got into it with them. And guess what we gonna do? Loser, go buy the 6-pack. That's how we settle it. You have to learn to catch a fade before you go pull a gun. There's no point of that. And a gun will not protect you. A gun is an offensive weapon. It is only used, not the legal term defense. When is a gun a shield? When will a gun stop someone shooting someone else? My brother died with a gun in his hand. So I don't believe that carrying a weapon will do you any good. It's only going to look. You're going damn sure going to need legal shield. You're going to need legal shield,
exactly.
Legal shield 2.0, legal shield 3.0, because people do not understand. Just because you are basically deputizing yourself,
right?
But you don't like the law.
Yeah. And that don't make no sense.
Dorian, you can always, get the membership as well, even though you are counsel for yourself. It appears that you live in Michigan, I'm sure, right? Or Detroit?
Absolutely.
Okay, so when you go out of state, because I'm sure that you venture outside of Detroit, there's just, great to have some coverage for yourself as you continue to travel and go out of state, because there's no way that we can know all the laws in every country at the same time. So we're always here to support you. So definitely tune in to our Zoom, huh?
I will say this much: ignorance of the law. Certain things that if you travel to Arizona, you should know the laws of Arizona.
Well, I don't know the laws everywhere, but I'm out here. I'm sorry.
I tend to do because that keeps me from having these situations. And then two, I'm never traveling to find trouble. Some people go out of town, they want to represent their town. This is the whole point of being a tourist. Why are you going to go somewhere and you're going to be trying to have the same mentality that you just left?
Right.
True. But we can't never control other people, so that's why it's great. Because we can never control other people. And sometimes we travel and things just happen when you're there. Like, oh, I was in Vegas and the Mickey Mouse started fighting right next to me and I fell and hurt my knee because they bumped into me. Like, things literally just happen. So it's just like, because you can't control everybody, everyone.
Or something
can
happen in a rental car. And you just never know, but what great of a value it is to have Legal Shield on your side and be able to tap that emergency button in a given moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hey, we about to get the hell out of here. Thank y'all for watching the Rise and Grind Morning Show. Thank you for our beautiful guests, Nicole and Darnetha.
Wait a minute.
Yes. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
I know. We had such a good time.
Amazing. I don't want to let you go.
Have us back. Have us back again.
We're coming back.
This is amazing. Thank you guys so much for having us.
I'm going to be at the head of the table because I'm going to have my legal shield.
That's right.
Yay.
Thank you, Miles. I feel like I have accomplished something that I've been trying to accomplish for a long time. Miles talked to a lot of people and he know a lot of entrepreneurs. So I know they go to him. So one of the greatest things is that he can kind of let some of the weight off his shoulders, tell them to sign up for Legal Shield and they can ask them and get on their nerve.
Most definitely. Thank y'all for calling. Thank you, Shani Shan on the ones and twos bringing us to you.
Thank you, Shan.
Thank you for my other beautiful she's a host in this house.
Am I? Thank you so much for acknowledging my presence.
I want to talk to you. I want to talk about you. She's not here. She's not here.
That works.
But I would like to thank Lake B for being with us today. I don't like that. Hey, y'all, we out.
And the online people, thanks for tapping in with the online podcastic family. Y'all gonna have to start y'all online family.
Hey,
absolutely.
Thank you for tapping in on the Facebook, on the YouTube, on everything. Follow me at Trap Kino. I'm on Trap Kino on all social media platforms. I don't know what Miles talking about. I'm never gonna get off without letting you know how we trap for fun. If you can't make it to us, we certainly can bring it to you. We do have the Trap Kino board game. We actually about to relaunch on Amazon, so you guys can do. It's so many great things happening, and I thank Nicole for bringing me on making me aware of Legal Shield and how it's been helping my business and how it's been helping my family. I appreciate you. I thank you. And now it's just the time now to let everybody else know.
Absolutely.
All right, John.
Thank you so much.
When I come back, I won't be in the little block.
Bye.
Rise and grind on the show at 9:15 a.m. Monday through Friday, great conversation, guest appearances, 'cause you experience us on the cusp of blowing up. Boom. Wake up, wake up.